Hello and welcome to my channel, or welcome back. My name is Gene Curl, and this is a series I'm doing. I'm reading my mission journal that I kept for my mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And I'm just going to start off where I left off on the last episode. Wednesday, November 5th, 2003. Mostly cloudy, hot, with light wind and rain. Last night, Elder P called to find out if Elder J would be able to ride a bike today in his area with Elder L. So I asked Elder J, but I guess he was about asleep and said he would see what happens in the morning. He was pretty mad about it. Elder P canceled the team up until Friday. Elder J said that he did not feel very good, so he slept through personal study. Elder S called to tell me that Sister B was in an emergency room for a heart attack and needed a blessing. I called everyone I could think of because I could not get a hold of the president to get permission to go. But finally I got a hold of Brother K and the other Brother K, and they went. Later, President called and said that I could do whatever I need to if no one else gave her a blessing. Then Brother S called and told him that the other elders that the other brothers had went. Brother S is her home teacher. Elder P and Elder G had lunch with me at the pad. J has been sleeping on his bed since morning, and I had to wake him up, and I had not woke up. Elder J has been sleeping on his bed since morning and has not woke up. I always try to give people the benefit of the doubt, but it is hard not to notice that lazy people are sick more often. Perhaps it is just that people are like me and don't take sick time unless absolutely necessary. I received a letter today from my Aunt Rhonda, and she enclosed a copy of a letter from Joan. It sounds like Joan is doing pretty well and liking the Army. Also, she turned down a position because she does not like responsibility. Even after hearing bad things about the Army and the military in general from members who belong or once belonged to it, I still want to go in after my mission. But I most definitely want to go in as an officer. Around 4:30 p.m., Elder J got out of bed, and we bought dinner at Burger King with the money that Sister M gave us. And we ate at the Liquid Glass Syrup. When Brother M came by this morning to give us the money, he told us that he was there to deliver a subpoena for Elder J and I. We met Brother P at our pad and went to see the W family. The husband is a member, but the wife is not. They are a very nice family and have one young child. We set up an appointment to come by and teach next Tuesday. Next, we visited the V family before the W family. We visited the C family briefly. Thursday, November 6, 2003. Mostly clear, light rain and hot. Elder J and I cut Sister M's grass and then met Brother T at our place and met Cecilia at the M's family and read 3 Nephi 11 and the introduction and the witnesses of the Book of Mormon. With her after a little while, I asked if she would feel more comfortable just having us read, because I noticed that she was having a hard time seeing the words. Although she is only 18, she needs reading glasses. After we finished reading, Josh took Elder J and I through drive-thru at McDonald's and then dropped us off at our pad. I received a letter from Brother Harding from my ward, which is the letter that I received from him. Which is the only letter that I received from him since I have been out. We visited the J family at the surf shop for about an hour, and then went to visit Jason for an hour and a half. We taught the L family the first discussion. Steve really felt the Spirit strong and cried. He cannot read the Book of Mormon because he does not know how to read. We stopped by to talk to Brother H about Jason because he is his home teacher. We had dinner with the J family and then walked around looking for things to do until time to come home. All in all, today was a pretty good day. Saturday, November 7th, 2003. Mostly clear and hot, windy, light rain in the evening. Elder J and I followed up on a few people and then met Elder P at our pad at 12:38 p.m. Elder P and I went on a team up in my area. We unloaded our backpacks and rode our bikes to lunch at Taco Bell. Elder P paid, and then purchased a lot of stuff for the activity tomorrow. We loaded the stuff into our packs and brought it back to the pad. We tracked him for a while, and Elder P wanted to use the phone, so we stopped by the S family. He called one of his investigators, who gave us a name and address of someone living close by who would be interested. We dropped by and he invited us over for dinner next Friday. We had dinner with the S family. Elder P wanted to go to Long's to pick up Elder L's pictures, but they had already been picked up. We visited the M family and set up another appointment to teach Cecilia. We visited the K family and a new family who just moved into the ward a while back. We visited the Sister B for about 5 minutes to make sure that she was okay, and then invited the H family to come over to our activity. Saturday, November 8, 2003. Clear, hot with light wind. We went to the chapel this morning to see what video we wanted to show at our activity tonight. I called Brother T, and he gave us a ride to Kristen's, but he was not home. We visited the P family for a little while, and then Alex gave us a ride home. We had lunch at the pad. I received a letter from my grandmother in which she enclosed $20. We tried to visit Alex's friend, but her mother said that she doesn't live there anymore. We visited the P family for a few minutes and then went to plan our activity. Elder P and Elder G picked us up at 4, and we went to the chapel. We had a dinner for all the investigators in the district, and then had a movie. We watched Touching the Master's Hand. We were supposed to have dinner at 1900, but did not show up until 1930. Elder P and Elder S gave us a ride to the bishop and his family's house for dinner. I shared the dinner message on the old Cherokee and the 2 wolves. The bishop's son gave us a ride home. Sunday, November 9th, 2003. Clear, hot with light wind. We rode with the M family elders to church. I had to teach the gospel principles on the law of chastity, my least favorite subject to teach in class. After church, Brother and Sister L gave us a ride home. We had lunch and personal study, and then went to visit the S family. We visited with the K family, a new inactive family in the ward. They are really cool and need to come back to church. He is not patriotic, so I had to bite my tongue. We had dinner with the K family and shared the dinner message on the old man and the starfish. They want the whole zone to come over for Christmas and watch some movies, but Brother K gave us a ride home. I wrote my president's letter. Monday, November 10th, 2003. Mostly clear, hot, windy, very light rain after dark. I wrote letters today. I studied math today, and I have studied it a little every day except for Sunday. We went shopping and took a bunch of pictures by the city office. Brother C picked up Elder J and I at 5 and took us to his house for dinner. After dinner, I shared the dinner message about Johnny and his mansion. I had a picture taken with the C family and had them sign my book. Brother C gave us a ride to the M family, and we taught Cecilia the third discussion. Or is it Cilicia? I don't know. Anyway, we taught her the third discussion. There was a few other non-member family members over, one of which I referred to the Waianae elders. Tuesday, November 11th, 2003. Clear, hot, windy. We had district meeting this morning. I really don't like district meeting, but today was pretty good. After district meeting, we had lunch at the pad. Most of today was just a big waste. We were at the liquid glass surf shop from 1400 to 1630. I tried to leave earlier, but it did not happen. We spent about 30 minutes with Jason and then walked to the Brother T's. Walked home so that Brother T could pick us up for dinner. Before dinner, we were supposed to meet with the W family who lives close to the T family, but we missed them. Sister T fixed one of the best dinners that I have had in this area. I shared the dinner message on the Old Man and the Starfish, and I had the T family to sign my book and had my picture taken with them. Jet, their son, gives a ride home. One of the things that has been keeping me from getting upset with LJ lately is that I think of the fact that I only have a few weeks left with him. Also, he has been doing a lot better on average, though he still has his days. At the surf shop today, the big Simone security guard came up from behind and gave me a big hug. It kind of scared me at first. He is a pretty cool guy, and we met him every time we go to the surf shop. I hate spending so much time at the surf shop, but at least I try to get us to not go and stay so long, if we do. Another reason we don't stay at Jason's long now is because he now works. Wednesday, November 12, 2003. Mostly overcast all day with light rain in the evening. Windy and hot. We planned at the park for a while this morning. I hate wasting time planning the day when we should have done it the night before. But at least we had a plan today. Most of the time, Elder J won't plan. After our plan, we tracked it in the Hawaiian homesteads, where we were about to leave, but I told Elder J that we should get one more door. The next house we knocked on, we taught a discussion. The lady had a lot of questions and was pretty interested. She thought that she had to pay for the Book of Mormon, but we told her that we could not accept money for it or anything else. We set up another appointment to follow up with her reading. We ate lunch at the pad. When the mail came, we put one of Elder P's address labels on Elder G's package, but Elder G still opened it. We followed up on some media referrals and then visited the T family to find out if they had invited their relatives to the testaments yet. We visited a few more people and ended the day with a visit to the W family. Today for dinner, Sister P prepaid for us a Taco Bell. Thursday, November 13, 2003. It rained a little this morning and a few times later, but the rest of the day was pretty clear and hot with a pretty good wind. We left the pad a little late because Elder J was sleeping. We planned at the park and then went to visit the S family. I really don't think that the S family likes me very well because they have shot me down a few times, and today when I asked Sister S to write something in my book, she said no, with an attitude like that I am not sure that I want them to write in it. We tried to follow up a few people and then came back to the pad for lunch. We stayed 2 hours extra because Elder J said his knees were giving him problems. While I waited for him, I read the Old Testament. When we did leave, we visited Jason and Tiffany for a few and then went to teach Steve, but he had to work late, so we visited Sister B to make sure that she is doing okay. We talked for about 30 minutes and then Brother A picked us up for dinner. We had baked potatoes and cornbread. A few times during dinner, Sister A made us change the subject because we grossed her out. I had a picture taken with the O family and then had them write in my book. We ended our day with a visit to the P family. The only time that we had rode our bikes today was to the P family and back. I received a letter from Brother B in which he enclosed a news article written by Brother M. Friday, November 14, 2003. Mostly clear, hot, and very windy. We followed up on a few people without much success, and even Nicole, our new investigator, decided that she was not interested. We had lunch at the pad and then followed up on a few more people today. Today was pretty less effective. Our dinner canceled, so I bought dinner at Jack in the Box. Elder J did not want to eat, and I ate it at Brother J's Liquid Glass Syrup. We got there about 30 minutes before close, so we walked home with Brother Jay and his son Sky. We visited his house for a few, and then we tried to visit a few more people, but did not catch anyone awake. The more I think about it, the less sure I am about this transfer. By all rights, Elder Jay should go because he's been here for 6 months, but I left my last 3 areas at 3 months, so why not this one? But then again, I am due for a surprise. I am not sure what I would do if I stayed another transfer here with Elder J. Right now, I am just gritting my teeth and letting it ride, knowing that more likely than not, one of us will leave the 25th. But I'm not sure that I could put up with Elder J for another transfer. He has been doing a lot better after President talked to him, though. One of the many things that irritates me about him is that he calls everyone a sack of poo or a sack of crap, including members and investigators. That is not quite suitable for a representative of the Lord. Although it's been tough, I've had some good times in this area. Saturday, November 15th, 2003. Mostly clear and hot with a pretty good wind. It rained later in the evening. We went to Elder P and Elder G's baptism. We visited Jason after and then had lunch at 14:30. I received a letter from Mom and from Catherine. We stayed too long for lunch because Elder J said that his knees hurt. We set up a few appointments and then followed up on a few people and then had dinner with the O family. I shared the dinner message on the doctor who did not charge the lady because she showed kindness years earlier. We visited the W family. I blessed one of the kids and Elder J blessed Warren Jr. Warren Jr. gave us a ride home. Sunday, November 16, 2003. Mostly clear, hot, and windy. In Elders Quorum, Brother P and the Elders Quorum President was teaching the lesson on families by President John Taylor and mentioned that when he was in basic training for the Air Force at age 25, there was a young man who joined right after high school and his parents controlled his paycheck and gave him an allowance out of it, and that he needed to break away from them and be independent. One part of the lesson talked about how President Taylor lived in such a way that his children wanted to please him and did not have to be disciplined. I hope and pray that I have that kind of effect on my children. After church, Brother O gave us a ride home, and we had lunch at the pad, and we rode with the O family back to the church for the ward council meeting. After the meeting, Brother T took us back to our pad to change and then took us to the W family for a few, and then dropped us off at the T family's house for dinner. Elder J shared the message, and then we visited Jason and then Stacy. Stacy gave us a ride to our pad. I talked to Elder S on the phone about fishing tomorrow. Brother M bought us some fishing supplies for us for tomorrow. Monday, November 17, 2003. Overcast, hot, light wind. Elders S and Elder P came by for devotional. Elder C picked up Elder P for golf, and they accidentally took the keys for the car. So Elder S and I had to borrow the Makakila car to go get the keys. On the way to pick up bait for our trip, I bought us both lunch at McDonald's. Elder S bought squid and shrimp for bait. We picked up Elder B and went out to the Poke Bay to fish. Elder B caught the first fish, and Elder S, on his first fish, accidentally slapped me in the face with his fish. Elder B caught 1 fish, S caught 5, and I caught 6. All of the fish were puny and even small by the mainland standards. After we dropped Elder B off at the S family, I went to the store before we came back to Kapolei. I am a little worried because the zone leaders think that I am going district leader, and I don't feel ready to be district leader. I wrote the B family. I wrote a bunch of letters today. Our dinner forgot about us. So we were supposed to Celicia tonight, but she had to work, so we set up an appointment for tomorrow. We went to Jason and stayed until it was time to go home. We stayed for about 2 hours. I helped Jason fix the taillight in his Jeep. Jason gave us a ride home. He ran out of gas and had to pour it from a can so that we could get home. Jason was mad and snappy, but he apologized at our place. Tuesday, November 18, 2003. Mostly clear, sprinkled lightly just before dark, hot with light wind. After a district meeting, Elder S. told me that the assistant said that I was going district leader on the Big Island, but I think that he is pulling my leg. This is the first transfer that this late into it I have not known if I was going or not. We stayed a little late at lunch because Elder J slept too long. I sure hope that my next companion likes to work and wants to be obedient and is motivated. It will really be a challenge if I get another companion like Elder J or Elder W. After lunch, we wasted an hour at the Liquid Glass Surf Shop while walking through the park. A little later, a girl stopped us and started asking dumb questions, such as if we prayed to Jackass and if we were going to beat her up. I assured her that we don't like violence, and then a bunch of other girls came up and were actually interested, so I taught them in the first discussion, and then while Elder J kept the other dumb girls away, or kept them busy. We visited Jason for about 20 minutes and then visited the S family for a few so that we would not be too early to the H family for dinner. I took a picture with them after dinner and shared the dinner message. Brother L picked us up at the H family's house and we went to teach Celicia the fourth discussion. Overall, the discussion went well and the spirit was present, but when we asked Brother L to tell us how he felt about temples, he pretty much took over and talked so long that we could not finish the last two principles. The whole time I was silently praying that he would not say anything crazy, and luckily he didn't, but he did share a lot of unnecessary information before he got to the point and shared his testimony on how he came to find that the Book of Mormon is true. We did a sort of pray now with Celicia, but Celicia did not pray. I set up another appointment and Brother L took us home. Wednesday, November 19, 2003. It rained hard last night after we were all in bed, cloudy early on and partly cloudy the rest of the day. It was kind of cool today and the wind blew very hard. We planned at the park this morning for about an hour. I guess that I have been in Hawaii for too long because early this morning it was about 60 degrees and I thought it was cold. We tried to follow up on some people from Tracting, but they were not home. We came back to the pad at 1300 for lunch. Elder J said that he was sick, so I let him sleep in, and he slept until 1700. When we left, we visited Media Referral and then the A family. We had dinner with Brother and Sister B, and it was a very good dinner. I took pictures with them and had them write my book. Brother B is retired Navy, and the advice that he gave me about joining the military is to not sign anything until I get all of the recruiters' promises in writing. The bishop gave us a ride to the B family house, and where we gave their son Koa a blessing, and I anointed an Elder J sealed. Brother B gave us a ride home to the W family. I left my book with him to sign, and when we left, we had to give Tracy and two of her boys a blessing. Elder J blessed the boys, and I blessed Tracy. We got home about 20 minutes late. Thursday, November 20th, 2003. Partly cloudy, cool with light wind, but not nearly as windy as yesterday. Both Elder P and Elder J were this morning, so Elder G and I teamed up until after lunch. I'm not sure what the heck that's supposed to mean. We borrowed the bishop's lawnmower and weed eater to cut Sister M's grass. I whacked and G mowed. We ran back to the house to change, and actually I drove. And then I tracked it in Makakilo for a while. We tracked it in Kapolei for an hour and then taught a lady named Belle. We picked up lunch at McDonald's on the way back to the pad. After lunch, Elder Jay and I went to Jason's and stayed for 2 hours and then stopped by the H family for about 5 minutes. We had dinner with the K family, a part member family, and I shared this story about the man who wanted to be the prince, son, etc. as a dinner message. The K family's daughter is having a hard time with math, so when we got home tonight, I called Brother A, who loves math, and asked him if he could help her, and he said that he most likely could. When we left dinner, the daughter, age 13, hugged me, and I did not know what to do. We were supposed to teach the L family after dinner, but they were not home. So we went to the W family and stayed for a few, and then ran back to the pad and borrowed the car. We then went back to the W family for about 5 minutes before 21:30 and said we had to go see. Had to go, so Elder J told them that we had a few minutes. Well, we got home about 10 minutes late. Well, that's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to comment down below, and I'll get to them as soon as I can. With that said, thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next episode.